Hey, Tim. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man. It's late. I just figured let Ernie call a game. Anyhow, hope all's well, bud.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you Washington Senators baseball. This is a national pastime on APBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting Philadelphia Athletics will test the Senators at home. Overall, they now stand at 0-2. This is the third game in this three-game series. The Senators have been shut down by the Athletics so far. The Senators take the field here in the first, defensively for Washington. Judge at first base, Harris at second, Cronin the shortstop, McMullen the third. The outfield consists of Howard in left field, Rice in center field, and Goslin over in right. Rue is behind the plate and warming up in the pen now for Washington. The starboard-sided Wynn. When he's on, he owns the plate. He will be facing Athletic starter, left-hander Waddell. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Here's Juice to lead it off. He swings from the right. Eddie is a tough out. Looking for his first hit, 0-for-7. He's walked twice. Juice in the box. Wynn prepared to work. Wynn winds and fires. Off the end of the bat, Judge moves for it, and he spears it, waves off Wynn, and he steps on first for the out. One away. Now at bat, Bishop. Capable of some fine hitting. Looking for his first hit. Nothing in 9 trips. He's walked twice. Max has a good eye. Bishop stands in. Right-handed Wynn goes to the set position. Wynn winds up. Cut on, a topper out front. Wynn has it, goes to first, in time for the out. Now coming up, Simmons. Al can really kill the ball. So far at the plate, 1-for-9. Al ready. Wynn prepares to come home. He wheels and deals. Down and in, and just out of the strike zone. Wynn thought it was in there, but Simmons draws a walk. That's a tough pitch to take. That was Simmons' first walk of the season. 2 gone, first inning, 1 on. Fox gets set to bat against Wynn. He's their cleanup hitter. A showstopper. To date, 1-for-3. 1 homer. He's walked once. Fox waits. Rue crouched down now. Wynn brings it to the plate. Swung on, grounded hard to short. He knocks it down. He's up with it. Fires to first and gets him by a step to retire the side. That'll do it for Philadelphia. Nothing across. One left. Athletics. Nothing. Senators coming up. For the Athletics. Overall, they now stand at 2-0. On the league leaderboards, they enter this game 8 in batting at 176. Tied for first in stolen bases with 1. First in ERA at .95. The Athletics take the field here in the first. Get your scorecard. Here's how it lines up defensively for the Athletics. Fox at first base. Bishop at second. Juice, the shortstop. Baker at third. And the outfield. In left, it's Zernial. In center, Simmons. And over in right, Moses. Cochran is behind the plate. And on the mound for the Athletics, the left-hander, Waddell. Good control. Okay. Cronin will get it started for the Senators. Known to whack that ball pretty well. This is his third game. To date, he is 0 in 5 trips. He's walked twice. Waddell looking in. The pitch from Waddell. Line to short, and he's got it. 1 away. For Washington. None on, 1 down. Rice now walks out the bat, hitting second. Sam, with an enviable track record as a hitter, on the season, 2 hits in 8 trips. He's stolen 1 base. He'll wait for his pitch. Waddell prepared to work. Waddell fires it in. Bounce to short. Juice to his right. He has it. And he throws him out. 2 away. Two gone. Judge walks up. Watch out with Joe at the plate. Catcher ready. He lets it go. Judge chops it toward Fox. He backs up and plays the big hop. He waves off Waddell and takes it himself. Senators go down. So the Senators go quietly. No score. We head for the top of the second inning. The Athletics will have Cochran, Zernial, and Moses here in the second. Cochran to lead it off for the Athletics, hitting from the left side. Mickey, with an enviable track record as a hitter, so far this season, 3 hits in 9 trips. He has 2 RBIs. Catcher ready. Wynn deals. Fastball. It's a number to the left of the mound. Cronin charges. Picks up the ball barehanded. Then he gets him. 1 away. Well, Zernial walks up. Hitting 6th. 1 out. Exceptional power. To date, 2 for 8. He's walked once. He'll wait for his pitch. Zernial takes his stance. Wynn ready. He lets it go. Fly ball center field. Should be no trouble. Rice is there, and he pulls it in. 2 down. Moses walking up the bat. Wally with an enviable track record as a hitter so
Hey,
far.
D. Scott. Welcome in.
1 for 7. Moses stands in. Rue crouched down now. Wynn into the wind. Slow bounder to the right side. Judge to his right. Scoops it. Flips the Wynn. Just in time. So the Athletics are retired in order. No score here after 1.5. Howard, Goslin, and McMullen to bat next. Here's Howard to lead it off. Howard belts them all so far. 1 for 3. He's walked once. Waddell prepares to come home. Here's the delivery. Strike 3. Howard swung right through it. 1 down. Goslin is now up. Here's a guy who can see a penny from an airplane. So far this season, 3 with 8. Goose can get on. Waddell ready. He wheels and deals. Goslin hits a comebacker. Waddell knocks it down. Bear hands it and throws to first. Bang, bang! And the ump calls Goslin out. It's now McMullen to bat. He swings from the right side. He'll take advantage of your mistakes so far at the plate. 2 for 7. The hitter stands in. Cochran crouched down now. Waddell brings it to the plate.
Ernie says some weird things,
Swung on,
Tim.
routine fly to left field. Zernial drifts over. He's under it. No trouble. And he covers it. Senators go down. The Athletics retire the side in order. No score here after 2. Baker, Waddell, and Juice to bat next. Baker leading it off. Home run comes up there to hit on the season. 3 for 7. He's stolen 1 base. Wynn looking home. He comes home. Fastball bounced up the middle. Harris over, and it's through. Base hit for Baker. And that's the first base knock for the Athletics in this game. Now coming up, Waddell. Rube taking his first at bat of the season. Baker will take a big lead. He has the speed. Waddell stands in. Wynn focuses in on the target. He squares. Here's the pitch, bunted down the first baseline. Judge charges, gloves it. He flips to Harris, covering in time. Waddell has himself a successful sacrifice. Baker moved down to second.
Absolutely, Mick. Welcome in. Welcome in, Mick.
1 down. Baker down at second for Philadelphia. It's now Juice the bat. He swings from the right side. He's the top of the order. Wynn sets up on the rubber again. Rule ready to receive. Baker moves quietly toward third. Wynn spins and fires to second. The tag. Safe. Good move. He almost had him. Shortstop Cronin moved in behind Baker. Wynn is back on the rubber. The pitch. High and tight. The ump says ball 4. And Juice will get down to first. And that sets up the double play. 1 away. Third inning, 2 on. Bishop will bat next for Philadelphia. He has some power. Bishop in the box. Wynn on the rubber. Checks Baker at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch comes in. Pop foul behind first. Harris is over. He's under it and hauls it in. And the runners hold. 2 gone. Baker at second. Juice at first. The top of the 3rd inning. Right-handed hitter Simmons gets set to bat against Wynn. An RBI opportunity for Al. Wynn on the rubber. Checks Baker at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Simmons pops it up behind the plate. Rule tosses a mask away. Drifts back near the stands. And he makes the catch. Athletics gone. The half for the Athletics. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 2. They couldn't get the runners home. Still scoreless. Senators due to bat. Bottom of the lineup. Rue, Harris, and Wynn coming up. Here's Rue to lead it off. Bats from the right. Rue good at the plate. On the year, 3 hits in 8 trips. Waddell looking in at the target. The pitch comes in. Swung on. Routine fly to left field. Zernial drifts over. He's under it. No trouble. And he covers it one away.
I think you mean Action PC Baseball, Truth Hurts Wilkie. Welcome in. Welcome in, man.
Now at bat, Harris. Bucky can be dangerous. This is his second game on the season. 0 for 3. Harris has patience.
That's a great deal on decades,
Waddell, ready.
Great deal.
Waddell kicks and deals. Way outside. Harris draws a base on balls. That was Harris' first walk of the season. Now coming up, Wynn. Early taking his first at bat of the season. Harris will take a big lead. He has the speed. Early steps up. Waddell staring in, ready to work. First baseman Fox is on the bag. Harris with a substantial lead, and Wynn is bunting. He delivers, bunted fair off the plate. Nope, the ump says it's off his foot. Strike one.
Fun decade, the 20s.
Again, Wynn squares.
Sorry, Ernie.
Bunted down the third baseline. Baker picks it up, bobbles it, fires to first, and gets him by a step. And Harris moves up. All right, for Washington. 2 outs, 1 on. Next to bat for Washington is Cronin from the right. Harris at second has the speed. Batter facing Waddell. Catcher Cochran sets his target. Speedy Harris edging toward third. He delivers. Swung on. Foul tip. Held by Cochran. Strikeout. That's 3 away. For the Senators, 0-0-0. They leave one. A chance goes by the board. Another half inning gone. Still no score. The Athletics will get a try in the top of the 4th inning. Fox, Cochran, and Zernial due up for Philadelphia. Here's Fox to start it off. Jimmy does get on. The big slugger stands in.
So, yeah, great. Now, I just pop in here for a minute. Keep stepping on Ernie. So, welcome into Truth Hurts Wilkie, to Mick, to Tim, Clee Baseball Fan 879, and D. Scott Howard. Yeah, you know, the cool thing is that Action PC always comes out with just, Dave has deals all the time, and what a great time to pick up some good decades in baseball. 1920s are absolutely again, a fun transitional decade, as you're, you know, the live ball now is in play, but still dead ball tactics. And, you know, of course you see, you know, you start to see the advent of, like, you know, I mean, Babe Ruth is already there, but you're going to see Lou Gehrig and Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons. Just a great decade, the 1920s. I really urge folks to give it a shot. And, hey, you're picking up 10 baseball seasons for what? 29 or what is it? 30, yeah, $39, $39.81. So let's just say $40, but 10 baseball seasons. Not bad at all. $4 a pop. And catch those freebies when you can. DK Sports really best as far as the digital games go. Best customer service there is. Always support Dave. I haven't been doing a lot of Action PC baseball this year. It's not because I don't like it. I've just been hooked on some other stuff. We'll be coming back to it. But definitely pick it up and keep a lookout. Usually around June or July, the baseball history collection gets updated and gets a little sale. It might even be on sale right now. Let me look just really quickly here, and then we'll get back to the game. So, and I am loving, you know, I don't, is it political? I don't know, but I'm going to say this. I'm loving the fact that MAGA is absolutely flipping its collective wig over the election of Pope Alexander the 14th, or Pope Leo the 14th. I'm sorry, I'm thinking Grover Cleveland Alexander. My mind always goes back to baseball. Laura Loomer. I don't know if Laura Loomer's ever read the New Testament or not, if she's literate at all. But with all the, I just have to say this. I was going to do a White Sox game tonight in honor of Pope Leo, because he is a White Sox fan. But I don't think they were playing on today's calendar. Anyhow, I just, all the things that, that Pope Leo is talking about is exactly what Christ taught. So calling the Pope woke is calling Jesus woke. I'm loving it. And there was, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was former Ohio Governor John Kasich was saying that Trump and his agenda, he's going to have no friends in the Vatican. And that's been true. I mean, certainly Pope Francis, he did a stupid thing, tried to take on Pope Francis, and that just wasn't too smart. But there you go. So, but you guys know I'm a liberal. You know where I stand, and I don't know what do they want Pope Leo the 14th to be? Something like, I mean, Laura Loomer should read a little bit about Trump's spiritual advisor, Paula White. That woman is, man, scam after scam after scam. So I'm looking here, and the baseball history collection is on sale right now, guys, for $34.30. I'm going to pull this over in front of Baseball for Windows just for a second. So this is 18,400 plus retired players based on a representative peak slice of each player's career. Then it has some subsets. So the creme de la creme is the next one, baseball history. This one is 1,600 players from the master set who exceeded 5,000 plate appearances, 2,000 innings pitched, or 500 games pitched. And then you've got a larger subset that's 8,000 players who exceeded 500 plate appearances, 200 innings pitched, or 50 games pitched. The debut year subsets, these are really cool, includes 14 special subsets, one for each decade. Decade subsets contain all players who made their big league debut during that decade. Big fan of the 1970s? You can quickly create a league with only players who debuted that season. And then it's got birth country subsets, and the countries included are Canada, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Germany, Ireland, Japan, Mexico, Panama, Puerto Rico, United Kingdom, United States, and Venezuela. And so again, for those of you, the two of you who might not know how it works, baseball history collection players are created using the best 35 to 100% of their career. The longer the career, the smaller the percentage used. Each season or portion of a season is normalized to their home park for that season. Outlier seasons are adjusted to lessen their impact. All players are then assigned to a neutral home park and a year based on weighted usage of the seasons, including seasons included in the career slice. In an effort to remove significant outlier years, the year listed for each player does not always represent the best year of his career. Rating and statistics are based on official Dave Cook Sports season files from 1880 to present. I own every season for this game. I own every Major League product for this game. But the baseball history collection is one that I come back to time and time and time and time again. And for those of you who like to sort of think outside the box, create your own kind of fantasy leagues, when you've got 18,400 players, right, to choose from, it's really virtually infinite with what you can do. I'm hoping that he will re-release some of the other subsets like the decade leagues and the all-time greats franchise leagues. But if you own this, you could certainly create it yourself too. But anyhow, $34.30, and you are getting literally lifetimes of baseball that you can play. So check it out, Dave Cook Sports. Great stuff. I don't think the big one is for sale yet. Let me see. So what he has done, what he's added here for people that don't want to go back before 1950, I see that this is a new product. So there is Baseball Complete, but now there's a way to sort of, if you don't want the whole shebang. And I know most people here are going to be more interested in baseball post-1950. So you can pick up 50 seasons for $350. And remember, you get 20% off any order over $100. So that's not bad, man. That's $70 off of that. So for about $200 some dollars, you're picking up 50 seasons of baseball. You get 52 seasons if you want to go 1900 to 1949. I know that's not really something that maybe the majority or the plurality, let's say, of folks in our family might be interested in. The complete 19th century for $224. I wish he would. I know that they're still getting data together. Right now, there are 15 Negro League seasons. So again, something for folks to think about there. But I don't even know. Are they even? Let me check one more thing. Is baseball complete even a thing anymore on its own? Looks like he has split it up. I think so. Yeah, so baseball complete now is broken down into two different or three different eras. So I think that makes it a little bit easier. Decades are on sale right now. So as Truth Hurts Wilkie was talking about here, so here are all the here are complete decades for sale. These are normally $95. So good, good in price. There you go. The 1990s. So normally $95 on sale for $39.31, and you get all of the 1990s. Same with the 2000s. And what else is on sale here? The 1920s as Truth Hurts Wilkie. And you'll see these, like, he'll pop different decades for sale through the season. So do keep an eye on your email if you're on the if you've purchased here, you should be on the the email list or whatever. So lots of good baseball to be had here, Action PC Baseball. And you know what? If you want the whole thing, but you don't have all the money all at once to do it, just do what I did. Just buy bits at a time, because you might find eventually that you want to create, maybe, I don't know, you want to create your own all-star games prior to 1933. Maybe you want to try some different things in years that there were all-star games. To create tournaments, so having everything is kind of nice, but again, it's good to see that he always has sales. So there we go. A little love there for Action PC Baseball and Dave Cook, and we're going to get back to Ernie Harwell. Clinton Parks says, the Heretics Unwashed, you mean? I don't know what the Heretics and Unwashed. The true season where doing your homework is a good part of the game. Yeah, right, exactly. The anything over $100 purchase, you get a 20% discount. That's you can't beat. I mean, other than buying a game which includes every season, but I mean, Action PC Baseball is a thing that's I think it's a very accessible game, and yet it's a very, very deep game. Very, very deep game. So I'm not a fan, but Truth Hurts Wilkie also saying that the NBA and football are great also, and I'm sure they are. And the one thing that you're getting, I know you do, Clinton. I know you. The Heretics won't touch those years. How about it? That is definitely true. So yeah. So guys, if you got $40, pick up a decade. The 1920s, the 90s, whatever. But that baseball history collection is absolutely brilliant. It's massive, and you can create draft leagues just by setting a span of years, right? So it will just draft. And what's really fun to do, and I've shown how to do this, set up just any number of computer managers, let it do a blind draft, pick a team, and just see how you do. It's really a crazy playground, and it's one thing that Out of the Park doesn't have. Diamond Mine Baseball also has something similar to the baseball history collection, and Strat does too. But Strat's based on a player's career totals. It doesn't work, I don't think, quite as well. No knock on Strat, but that career historical disc, meh. I think the best thing out there really is the the baseball history collection for this kind of thing, or for that kind of thing, I should say. Samuel Smith joining us. Good evening. Good evening. Clinton says he's up trying to find out what Jack Hoey got called up for his final season in 1908. That's some serious deep research there, Clinton. So welcome in, guys. I was at a Legends broadcast, caught the last bit of it. I was out earlier with a female person and got in, was going to do some baseball, watched Legends, and I'm like knackered. We'll let Ernie take this one and just have some fun. So it's something for you guys to fall asleep to or whatever. So, but, we want to talk some baseball. We certainly can do that as well. But in the meantime, the Beast is at bat, and Rube Waddell an early win. And right now there's been one hit in this game, and that's all. So let's return to some game action. All right, guys.
Wynn will go to work on him. The delivery from Wynn. Check swing. He held up, and he walks. Runner on first. Next to bat for Philadelphia is the left-hand hitting Cochran. Fox has some speed. Cochran relaxes himself at the plate. Catcher ready. The pitch. It's a shot to left center. Howard is racing to the gap. He's on the track. Caught. That's out number one. Fox gets back to first. Now Zernial to face Wynn. Bats right. For Philadelphia. Fox down at first. One gone. Zernial steps up to the plate. Rue sets up. Wynn cranks it up. Swung on. Foul tip. In the dirt. Strike one. Zernial back in the box. Wynn prepared to work. The pitch. Paints the black. Strike three call. Two away. Philadelphia now sends Moses to bat, hitting from the left side. For Philadelphia. Two gone. Fox on first. Moses ready. Wynn staring in, ready to work. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. McMullen moves toward the line. He's under it. And he makes the catch. That'll do it for Philadelphia. Nothing across. There were no errors. One left. Still a scoreless tie. We head for the bottom of the fourth inning. And here comes the artillery for Washington. Rice, Judge, and Howard. Here's Rice to start it off. The hitter stands in. Waddell prepared to work. And a pitch. Hit to straightaway center field. It's playable. Simmons moves under it and takes it in. One down. One down, fourth inning. Now Judge to face Waddell, left side batter. Joe can get on. Waddell looking in at the target. Waddell brings it home. The heater, it's in there. Strike three. Two gone. Howard comes up to bat. Frank ready. Left-hander Waddell ready. The offering. Rip and a miss by Howard, and that's a strikeout. Three down. So the Senators go down 1-2-3. We still have a scoreless tie as we go to the top of the fifth inning. for Philadelphia. Here in the fifth, Baker, Waddell, and Juice. Baker will lead off the fifth. Left side batter. Baker is 1 for 1. When the Athletics need a base runner, Baker is the guy they want up there. Right-hander Wynn, ready. Wynn winds up.
Love it, Clinton.
High fly, left center. Rice is on his horse. He'll get there, and does. 1 down. Next up, Philadelphia. Hitter Waddell. Batter set. Wynn poised. The pitch from Wynn. Drilled to right by Waddell. It is high. It is far. It is caught at the wall by Goslin. 2 down. Juice up there. Juice is a guy who will battle you to get on. Juice walked once. He's 0 for 1. Wynn prepared to work. Wynn with the pitch. Popped up. Rue scrambles near the stands. It's playable. And he makes the catch. 3 away.
May their memories be eternal, Clinton. Sleep well, my friend.
So the Athletics are retired in order. Still no score. The Senators will get a try in the bottom of the 5th inning. For Washington, it'll be Goslin, McMullen, and Rue. Goslin will get it started for the Senators. He bats left. Goslin is 0 for 1. Goose can get on. The slugger stands in. Waddell gets set to work on him. The pitch. 1 hop of the second over to first. 1 down. 1 down. McMullen gets set to bat against Waddell. McMullen 0 for 1. He'll wait for his pitch. Batter waits. Pitcher Waddell set to go. He brings it in. Popped a mile high. Cochran throws off his mask. He's there. Takes a step back. And brings it down. 2 down. Here's Rue coming to the plate. Muddy can get on. Rue is 0 for 1. Pitcher Waddell eyeing Rue. Now he's ready. Here's the delivery. Cut on. It's a high fly to shallow center. Simmons coming on. He's there. He waits on it. Lowers the glove and makes the catch. Side retired. For the Senators, 3 up, 3 down. 5 complete here in Washington. Still scoreless. Athletics due to bat. And here comes the artillery for Philadelphia. Bishop, Simmons, and Box. To get it going, Bishop. Bishop has done nothing in 2 trips. Pitcher Wynn, set to go. He delivers. A little tapper up the line. Judge charges, scoops it, and tags Bishop. 1 down. Okay, Simmons walks up. He bats right. Simmons has a walk in 2 trips. It's hard to keep Simmons off the base pass. Catcher ready. Here comes the pitch. Slow ground ball right side. He could beat this out. The quick snap from Harris, and Simmons is out at first. 2 away. Fox is out to take his hacks. Fox with awesome power. Fox is 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitcher Wynn, set to go. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. That's 3 away. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the 6th. Still no score here after 5.5. For Washington, here in the 6th, Harris, Wynn, and Cronin. If you're superstitious, turn down the volume now. The no-hitter is still alive for Waddell. Harris leading it off. Harris collected a free pass his first time at the plate.
Yeah, absolutely, Mick. Mick says a lot of our children in the game shooting blanks so far. It's a tense game. One hit in this game thus far. This is really, really good stuff. What I wanted to pop in also and mention, I've never seen this in any other digital baseball game. I don't know if there's any cards and dice games that do this, but as these pitchers go on, and well, you can see the line score up there, their ratings will start to go up. I guess to reflect that they're kind of pumped and doing it. Most fatigue. That's why I think this game of any digital game I played has the most. I think it's a pretty realistic and most sophisticated fatigue system. But to see pitchers as they get stronger, I've never seen that. Never seen that in any other digital baseball game. I don't know if there's a mechanism for that in any cards and dice game too, where let's say somebody's pitching a shutout and it's just a low number of hits or what have you. So Tim says nothing like the 2025 Rockies shooting blanks tonight. 21-0 loss to the San Diego Padres. Man, the Rockies just abysmal this year. Worse than the Chicago White Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates. By quite a bit too. So not a lot for people to cheer for out there in Colorado land, which could make the case for a Utah franchise even stronger should baseball decide to do the expand to 32 teams. So we'll see. All right, back to the game. It's a tense one.
Cochran crouched down now. The pitch. Line to right. Moses will play it on the hop. And Harris is on with a single for Washington. The first hit in this game, breaking up the no-hitter for Waddell with no out here in the 6th. The go-ahead run has reached, and that's his first hit this season. Wynn coming up. And the fans are giving him a big hand. Harris will take a big lead. He has the speed. Waddell on the rubber. Now glances at Harris. Space on the right. Harris leading off. Infield looking for the bunt. Throw over to first. Harris back standing. Now Waddell is back on the rubber. And now the pitch. Wynn gets the sacrifice down. He'll make Waddell field it. And that's a successful sacrifice. Wynn did a good job of deadening the ball. Waddell was left with only one play. Harris moves up, and that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. Okay, for Washington. One out, one on. Next up, Cronin. We're back at the top of the order. Joe 0 for 2. Good speed at second. The go-ahead run. Waddell sets up on the rubber again. He shakes off the sign. Again, he shakes it off. Now he has one he likes. Waddell prepared to work. A little glistening on his upper lip. Harris stretching his lead. Waddell fires it in. He goes the other way. Down the line to right. Not deep. Moses got a good jump. He stabs for it. And he's got it. Harris is tagging. Moses turns and sets. But they'll hold him there as the ball is returned to the infield. Okay, Harris standing out at second. 2 outs. Rice now walks out to bat. Rice has done nothing in 2 trips.
So that makes sense, Truth Hurts, Wilkie. since this game is the master game. So, I mean, that makes sense. So, Truth Hurts Wilkie telling us here in Apple Cards and Dice, if you have a D and he goes past 5 innings without an earned run, for every inning, he goes up one number, for example, C, B, and A. So that is that I love that it can kind of reflect that. So that and the fact that players can get itchy if they're not getting any innings pitched or at bats, and then you have the other side of different levels of fatigue in this game, and you can set it. It's excellent. I think it's one of the game's strong points, is the advanced injury management or the fatigue system. So in Skeeter Soft, National Pastime, through the mornings you pitch, you can lose grades. Right. So that's going to be a little bit more common. I mean, you even see that in pocket pennant run baseball. I believe Strat has and Tim could correct me if he's still here, I'm pretty sure Strat has penalties too, as far as going the other way, the mornings you're pitching and things like that. But this one, they'll get stronger and fast. So we'll see. But right now, Rube Waddell and Early Win just pitching just gems here, just gems. All right, back to it, gents. And thank you for hanging out.
Waddell sets up on the rubber again. Cochran sets up. Harris edges a bit more off second. The pitch from Waddell. That's skied to right center. Medium deep. Simmons roams over. He calls. Can of corn. That's 3 away. That'll do it for Washington. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. A chance goes by the board. We still have a scoreless tie as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Athletics will have Cochran, Zernial, and Moses here in the 7th. Cochran will start the 7th. Mickey is hitless in 2 at-bats. When the Athletics need a base runner, Cochran is the guy they want up there. Wynn gets set to pitch. The pitch. Cochran hits it 9 miles. Foul ball. Strike 1. Cochran stands in again. Rue set. The pitch. Grounded hard to McMullen. Backhand stab, and it is by him. Base hit. Howard is in. He'll hold Cochran to a single. The go-ahead run has reached. Next up, Philadelphia hitter Zernial. Zernial is 0 for 2. Wynn wants to pin Cochran to first. Wynn put on the rubber. Moses waits on deck. Now glances at Cochran. First baseman Judge perched right in front of the bag. The pitch to Zernial hit like a bullet. Right between McMullen and Cronin. A clean single from Zernial. Howard is galloping for it. Cochran around second. But the third base coach has his arms in the air. He'll hold at second. As the throw comes in, back-to-back singles for the Athletics. And that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. We have Moses coming up to hit for Philadelphia. Cochran on second. Zernial on first. Nobody out. Scoreless tie. Wynn cannot afford to make a mistake to Moses. Wynn on the rubber. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. The pitch to Moses. It's a high fly to center. Rice takes 3 steps to his right and makes the catch. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. Cochran on second. Zernial on first. 1 away. Next up, Baker. Wynn cannot afford to make a mistake to Baker. He had a hit earlier. Home run. Has 1 RBI on the season. Wynn is on the slab. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Wynn spins and fires to second. Cochran hits the dirt. The tag. Safe. Wynn is back on the rubber. The pitch. Popped high to the right side. Harris drifts back. Infield fly called. He's under it. And makes the catch. And the runners hold. All right, pitcher Waddell up. The Athletics have 2 away. Runners at first and second. Wind is on the slab. Rue crouched down now. The runners take their lead. The pitch sliced down the right field line. Will it stay fair? Yes, it's in play. Goslin's after it. Cochran scores. Zernial is around third. They're waving Zernial in. Cronin will relay. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And he's out. Just missed getting in. Go to town, Senators. They cut off the run. The coach was waving him on with 2 outs. Zernial just doesn't have the wheel. So the double scores 1 big one. That was pitcher Waddell who delivered, helping himself. And the Athletics break the tie and now lead 1-0 here in the 7th. That'll do it for Philadelphia. A run on 3 hits. 1 left. So they have one in the bank. The score now stands 1-0. Senators trail. And they'll try to get it back coming up. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. Philadelphia will now face the heart of the Senators lineup. Judge, Howard, and Goslin coming up. Here's Judge to lead it off. Judge steadies his bat. Pitcher Waddell set to go. Waddell deals. It's looped to right. Moses coming on, but he won't get it, and Judge is on at first. The tying run is on. Now coming up, Howard. Howard has done nothing in 2 trips. Howard has struck out twice. You can't ignore first base. Judge has the speed to score on a double. Waddell put on the rubber. Now glances at Judge. First baseman Box holding the runner on. Here's the delivery. Ground ball to first. Box up with it. Throws to second for 1. Back to first for 2. Oh, double play. Goslin is now up. Goose is 0 for 2. Goslin is a real slugger. Batter facing Waddell. Cochran sets up. Waddell delivers. Hard shot to the right side. Box to his right. It's by him. Base hit for Goslin. Here's McMullen to take his swing toward Washington. 2 away. Goslin down at first. McMullen 0 for 2. Waddell set. First baseman Box ready for a throw from Waddell. The pitch hit toward Zernial in deep left. He's chasing it down. He's at the warning track, and he watches it sail over the wall. Home run for 10, and 2 runs scored. So they collect 2 on McMullen's big 2-out homer, his first home run of the season, and the Senators take the lead from the Athletics. They now lead by 1, 2-1. Listen to that crowd. And McMullen now has 2 runs batted in on the season. The bottom of the 7th inning. Next to bat for Washington is Rue. Rue has done nothing in 2 trips. Left-handed Waddell goes to the set position. Waddell winds up. Fisted to right by Rule. Moses will have to hustle, and it falls in front of him. He's forced to play it on the hump. He had no chance on that one, and Rule has himself a single. Now coming to bat for the Senators, Harris. Harris, 1 for 1 with a walk. Left-handed Waddell goes to the set position. The pitch comes in. One hopper back to the mound. Waddell up with it. Throws to first to retire the side. The half for the Senators, 2, 4, and 0. They lead 1. Washington goes out in front. The score now stands 2-1. Senators for the Athletics in one-run game. Their record now 2-0. Philadelphia now will send out the top of the order. Juice, Bishop, and Simmons. Juice to lead it off for the Athletics. That's right. Juice, 1 free ticket in 3 trips.
Hey, welcome in Parallel League. He says, sorry I'm late to the party. Sleep Monster caught up on me early. Been sleeping all evening. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Welcome in. Let me see. If you're amazing the game, so continue talking about National Pastime 3. If you're amazing the game, reduces grade 1 additional letter for every 5 earned runs he allows within 3 consecutive innings. If a D pitcher allows no earned runs in any 5 consecutive innings, his grade is advanced to C. And then if a C pitcher allows no earned runs in any 6 consecutive innings, his grade is advanced to B. So it's good to see 2 cards and dice games doing it too. Again, APBA makes sense. So listening to the game here, as I put this next comment up, if a pitcher allows no earned runs in any consecutive innings, his grade advanced to A. I love that. I was looking, you guys know I've been talking about going all in a baseball game, and I'm thinking about, I was looking, and it looks like just about every damn thing in the 20th and 21st century is available for National Pastime 3. I'm going to have to go slowly with that, though, as seasons are $26.95 a pop. But I may have to give that game a try. I've watched Clinton play it back when he used to broadcast. I think when Jester did his Bo Jackson project, I think that was in National Pastime 3 as well. It's a bit expensive, but kind of has everything, right? Let's have a look here real quick. Just a few of us in here anyhow, and what have you. So, I mean, the game's not really much to look at, but that doesn't matter to me. So it looks like it has 2 19th century seasons, and then from 1900 to 2024, again, $26.95 a shot though. But you know what? Maybe just take my time, maybe buy 4 seasons a month just at random or whatever, and because I do like how the game plays. Of course, down here, what I love is when people do my research for me. I'm thinking about maybe just kind of recreating some of these in one of the baseball games. I think this would be really fun, even just for tournament style stuff, or just pick one of these sets and go ahead and like make a season out of it or something. I don't know yet. But I do like the fact that all this is available. I guess they probably don't have sales, I'm guessing. And again, the game's right. There's no sound or anything like that, but it's a very baseball-looking game nonetheless. Very old school, what have you. So this might be the one. This might be the one that I'm going to go all in. Yeah. So he said, Truth Hurts Wookie says Cyrus. Yeah, I mean, Clinton has just nothing but good things to say about Cyrus. Says the computer game is top notch. Yeah, I wish they would give you some like specials here and there. Like if you buy 5 seasons, you get 10% off, even, or something like that. $125. Even I would be happy with that 10% off, $12.50 off or something like that. But maybe this is going to be the one. I'm not sure yet. I mean, it's utilitarian, but I like it, but it's dense, and I like that. I really like the look of that. So might try the demo, and hopefully the demo is better than PC Replay Baseball's demo. I tried with that game twice, and it just didn't gel with me. I know it's an excellent game, but I'm looking at all these tabs up here, and I'm like, oh my God, could I have a lot of fun with that? And as much as I love Diamond Mine Baseball, I'm sure I'll love this too. So it's just the price per season right now is kind of scaring me off a little bit. It's not that I have a good paying job, but I have other things that I'm doing too. So because I was looking and I'm thinking, I have credit cards. I have enough that I could actually buy everything right now. But, am I ready to put, almost $3,000 into this game all in one go? Probably not. But I think this is going to be the one. I'd like to talk to more of you guys. These sets I obviously wouldn't buy, but like the seasons I'm interested in. Because these are all easily recreated. In fact, a lot of these look very familiar to the ones that are in Diamond Mine. But guys really, really like this game. I also love that you have all these transaction files in here, which is really, really, really cool. Seems like there's a lot going on in the game. So if you guys want to put any thoughts, you can roll your own dice. He has added a lot of features. You can play a game in 10 minutes. I'll play a game in 10 hours, but still. So Truth Hurts Wilkie says he played a 1974 National League season, had 10 games left for each game, and had a glitch in your computer. I never finished it. That hurts. But I like it. I mean, I like the look of it. I love the look of it. So, and I mean, I can see by the website, this thing is very 1990s. And I'm sure Cyrus is, I realize why he's got to charge what he's got to charge for the seasons. I get it. It's the big companies that charge this much money that I grouse a little bit. But this gets Clinton Park's seal of approval too, in addition to Truth Hurts Wilkie, two guys who know their baseball, north, south, east, and west. And so that encourages me to really look into this. And the fact that you can roll your own dice is pretty groovy too, because I can roll 2 dice here. I don't have to worry about a big footprint. So, but I wouldn't mind if you guys would put in the comments just what you guys who've played this game, what you think of it. I'm liking what I see. So I've been resisting, but I've been looking for another game I really want to invest in, and I think this will be it. All right. Anyhow. So yeah, please feel free to comment about what you guys feel about this game, or about National Pastime 3, I should say. I know there's other free, like National Pastime Next Generation Plus, but that playing baseball on an Excel spreadsheet just is not my idea of fun. I'd rather have a utilitarian baseball diamond up there that looks like baseball. The one thing I do miss, though, that was an Excel spreadsheet type game was Ron Bernier's Valhalla. That has since gone, and I kicked myself because everything was free in that. Not that I'm a cheap bastard. I don't mind buying things, but and I kept saying, oh, yeah, I'll download it. I'll get it eventually, and then it's gone. So it's like, shit. And those things probably aren't even available on the internet, on the Wayback Machine either. So my loss. But yeah, so I really trust you guys' judgment, either in the chat or in the comments or both. Let me know what you think about National Pastime 3. And maybe if I like the demo, what I'll do is pick up a couple seasons that I would play and a couple seasons I think you guys would like. Maybe I'll pick up 2 dead ball seasons. Maybe I'll pick up 6 seasons, 2 dead ball, 2 somewhere between the 20s and the 60s, and then maybe 2 in the 1970s. So Well, I'm already getting an opinion here. Truth Hurts Wilkie says, after playing APBA for many years and playing Bill and Cyrus games, you'll find that some of their pitching grades baffling, but they seem to work out. That's kind of the same case with this game. Actually, you're kind of like, with the pitching, but this game is baseball for Windows is pretty damn accurate, so it's pretty good. But I'm just itching to get another baseball game, but I don't want to. I mean, there's APBA Go, which has all the seasons, but somehow it's just kind of like, with the subscription fee, for when I have like 6 games here that include everything, it's kind of hard. I'd rather buy the seasons and own them. Samuel Smith says National Pastime 3 is a very good stats-based version of APBA, and he says it's much better than APBA Go. Well, yeah, again, I'm not going to bring the website back up again, but I'm looking at that game interface, looking at all the glorious tabs and the density and everything like that, and I'm like, I got to do this. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm goofy in one of those things where I would actually take out a personal loan of a couple $1,000s and make Cyrus a very happy man. I've got to try the demo first, but with these recommendations I'm getting from Samuel and Truth Hurts Wilkie, and certainly from Clinton Parks, I'm real close here, man. APBA Go's way too simplified. Yeah, Dynasty League is good. The problem with that one for me, Samuel, is not enough old seasons. It just doesn't go back far enough. But yeah, Dynasty League's pretty damned amazing. I agree with you. But, that's the reason I've held off of, sorry guys, a little tired tonight, that I've held off on, oh shit, what's the game? The one that Robert plays, Inside Pitch. Just not enough old baseball. So, I don't know who they had in APBA Go, but if they used Cyrus, it would have been a knockout. I agree. And the thing is this game's more advanced than APBA Go, and this is a 1995 game. So, geez, I don't know, man. I just know. I know some people say, damn it, Beatles, you got enough baseball. And I have a ton of them. But, yeah, we all got to have a hobby, because my other things like music and magic are both vocations and avocations. So baseball gaming is really my hobby. Everything else I do, I also do for money, so that takes it out of the hobby thing. This I'm never going to do for money. If this channel, whatever, YouTube's offered, but I'm not doing it. But if it gets to the point where I would never want to monetize this channel, because this is about families, and I want to keep baseball gaming a hobby. If I had a voice like Chris Slovic or Legends, I would probably consider maybe really, content is king, 5-6 baseball games a day, and this thing could grow. But I want baseball gaming to be a hobby. But it's an expensive hobby, but I guess there's worse things you can spend money on, right? So Sam says MVP 2005 is the classic arcade baseball game and can be modded on MVP mods. That's cool. I know MVP 2005, I think, is available on that site I've told you guys about. So, but I'm loving the look of National Pastime 3. I really am. So I really, really, really appreciate everybody's input on this. Because, I mean, it is, $26.95. I mean, okay, so you spend $26.95, but so I'm a completionist, and I don't want to take, I don't want to just buy 12 seasons a year. Now, my question is this, though, guys. Let me ask you this. Does National Pastime 3 allow you to sort of mix and match and, do... so in this game, or an action PC, or Out of the Park, or old time baseball, or full count, pure sim, I can dump guys from all over baseball history and create fantasy leagues. Does National Pastime 3 do that, or am I kind of locked into those? In other words, if I wanted to put together a great Pirates team, Could I put Hannes Wagner, Dave Parker, Paul Wayner, Lloyd Wayner, Babe Adams, all on the same team? Let's go on here. Let's see. Truth Hurts Wilkie says, I have about 100 plus APBA sets and about 25 to 30 Skeeter. Strat about 20 that just sits in your archives room collecting dust. When you die, somebody might get use out of it. Well, let's hope not for a long time. You and I have a channel to start too. So Truth Hurts Wilkie and I have been talking about doing a different channel. This is not the one I'm talking about that's going to be off everybody's radar. You'll have to kind of find it. Leaning into the decision of creating a podcast where a conservative and a liberal have found lots of common ground. So I think for those of you on both sides of the aisle, I hope you'll like it. I'm not using the baseball game to do this, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about it, and I really want to do this. So we'll let you know what happens. I think it'll be a lot of fun because he and I have had some good conversations, and these days when a conservative and a liberal can get together and find and we found a lot of common ground. So stay tuned, guys. I got to get together with him, with Truth Hurts Wilkie, at some point, just in a private conversation, and see what we can do with this. But could be fun. Could be fun. Anyhow, back to baseball. Sam says National Pastime 3 is perfect if you didn't like graphics and sound and want pure stats. Yeah. I'm not. I mean, you've seen me play. All last week was pretty much diamond mine baseball. So, yeah, you can tart it up a bit. I play pocket pennant run. Again, it's not, those games aren't sexy like out of the park baseball. It doesn't matter. If it plays a good game of baseball and I have flexibility, I'm all for it. And there must be some sort of flexibility there for them to offer. There's 10 volumes of great teams. So there's got to be some sort of flexibility there, but maybe I'll shoot him an email and see, because I've heard he's a really nice guy. So yeah, we'll see. All right. Anyhow, we got to get this game done here. 2-1 game. There's not going to be any mercy in this one. We're going to play it out, and here we go.
Wynn climbs the mound. The pitch. Base hit left field. Howard is running to the gap. He cuts it off, guns it to second. But Juice wisely holds first, so he's on with a single. The tying run is on, and that's his first hit this season. Okay, next up, Bishop. The Athletics have no one out. Juice on at first. Bishop 0 for 3. He's not much of a risk to bunt.
So Truth Hurts Wilkie here says, I hope you guys don't mind me busting in here, but it's sort of a semi-chin wag, I guess. He says you have to play the games yourself. The computer won't play it for you. That's fine with me. So this project that I'm doing here, this little homebrew of mine, I've been playing this for off and on for quite a long time, and I'm playing out all the games. Will this ever get finished? Probably not. I don't have any problem if I enjoy the game, I'll play. I mean, if it draws me in, I will play it. I'll play every damn game. I just want to get all the seasons eventually. And if there isn't flexibility, then I'll just get 1900 to 1915 or 1969, and I'd be a happy camper even with those seasons. After 70s are a great decade. But yeah, so I don't mind that at all. I mean, come on, Cousin Ken Castro rolls up tons of games, and then whoever that guy is that he brought up, I keep forgetting the dude's name, created his own baseball encyclopedia, and I forget how many games this guy rolls up during a day. So, I mean, I'm not retired, so I can't put that kind of time into it. But, you know, I love baseball gaming, like this type of gaming, you know, stat-based or text-based baseball. And I've just been itching. I mean, you know, Action PC was the last game I went all in on. So, and you know, after exploring Digital Diamond or Diamond Mine Baseball, I'm sorry, and seeing that there's some gaps in the seasons, I'm like, oh, geez, come on, guys. So, yeah, we'll see. Hey, there we are. Women are trouble. Women are trouble. Baseball's the best. All right. Hey, Nathaniel, how you doing, my friend? Nathaniel Advocate 8, Nathan in here. Coming in a tight ball game here. We are, where the hell are we? I don't know. We're in the 8th inning here. 2-1. So Rube Waddell had a no-hitter for a while in this game. And Early Win was pitching a one-hitter. But we're at 2-1. These pitchers battling it out, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, Nathaniel. All right. Here we go. Back to the game.
Wynn is on the slab. Checks Juice on first. First baseman Judge holding the runner on. The pitch, Bishop takes. And Juice is stealing. Rube guns it down. And he's safe on a nice fadeaway slide. That's his first steal of the season.
Good to be seen, brother. Thank you. And likewise.
Batter in the box. Now ready. Wynn is on the slab. The right-handed hitter, Simmons, on deck. Checks Juice at second. Athletic skipper McCoy walking down the bench. The Athletics have asked for time. They're making a move. There will be a runner for Juice at second base. Witt is headed out there now. He's not blazing, but he's quick. Johnny getting some legs out there. Bishop in the box. Straightens his shoulder. Leans in. Wynn sets up on the rubber again. Shakes off the sign. Now he has one he likes. The ball's hidden in his mitt. Simmons is in his batting stance on deck. Checks Witt at second. Speedy Witt edging toward third. He cranks and fires. Taken. Ball. Bishop walks. No outs. 8th inning. 2 on. The top of the 8th inning. Simmons the hit. A chance to drive in a run here. Simmons 0 for 2 with a walk. The Athletics will not be bunting here. Wynn sets up on the rubber again. Works the ball in his glove. Fox the bat next. Checks Witt at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch on the ground to deep short. Cronin can't get there. It's through for a base hit. Howard running in. Still coming. Witt is around third. Bishop is around second. They're waving Witt in. Here comes the throw home. Bishop is going for third on the throw. But Simmons is holding it first. Witt scores. Tie game. Judge cuts it to third. And he's just safe under the tag. Oh, close call. The gamble pays off. And Simmons holds for the single. The go-ahead run is now on third. So the single drives in one big run. Oh, those Athletics. They have tied this game, and this crowd has gone silent. That's Simmons' first run batted in of the season. Okay, Fox, the hit. 2 on, first and third. Fox walked once. He's 0 for 2. He can be fanned. 1 RBI for Jimmy this season. Fox pulls at his sleeve, glances down at first. Wynn stretches his arms above his head. How can they possibly get out of this? Fox steps up to the plate. Jimmy has a look of determination on his face. Waits.
So this certainly bears commenting. And Truth Hurts Wilkie says Lance McCullers never made it out of the first inning tonight against the Reds, and some idiot was issuing death threats to him and his family. What is wrong with people today? I have an answer for that, but I mean, it's crazy, right? I mean, what was it that woman? It was a couple weeks ago or something, brushed against some sports car and was shot and killed. Things are nuts, man. Things are nuts. And I've been pretty because this is a baseball channel, and that's why I really want to do something else, because to me, I think silence is complicity. Why are you going to send somebody death threats like that? It's, at the end of the day, it's a baseball game. All right. It's not going to stop the killing in Ukraine. It's not going to stop what's going on between India and Pakistan. It's not going to stop what's going on, in the Middle East right now, Israel and, the Gaza Strip. It's not going to stop Americans being deported, naturalized citizens. It's not going to, and we're not talking about ending world hunger. We're talking about a baseball game, and people are losing their shit. And I'm just sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. I was, out with on a date tonight. It was kind of nice. We were talking about, and it's kind of another idea I've had for a long time, is that, every morning what I do religiously to catch up on the news and everything is I watch Democracy Now! So Democracy Now! It's left-leaning, I will tell you guys that now. But I first discovered them during the Troy Davis. If you guys remember Troy Davis, I'm an anti-death penalty activist, and Troy Davis was, remember how they covered his execution that whole day, and how, it kept getting stayed and things like that. And I really like the work that Democracy Now! Does. But it's just, wherever you go, man, I don't care if you get your news from Fox, or you get your news from CNN or Democracy Now! Where I'm tired of the bad news. And what the world needs is some good news. And I've often thought, somebody had the money, and this was before all this podcast stuff came up. Somebody had came about. Somebody had the money to create a network, a news network that scoured the world for good news stories, man. I know a lot of people say, geez, Beatles, what are you talking about here? Unicorns, puppy dogs, and kitty cats. You know what, man? It's just, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I sometimes have to unplug. And so that's what this hobby is about. And then the other things that I do, like magic and music and drawing and things like that, it's just got to unplug, man. It's like, how many people were killed in Israel, or in Palestine? How many people were killed in Ukraine? It's too much, man. And then you get a picture getting death threats. I mean, it's just insane. We live in a world, gentlemen, where you wake up and you don't know what's going to be what's going to be the next mass shooting. Of people in a church, people in a synagogue. It's and that's why I'm so happy that there are people out there, that where we can talk about things, and it's not a left or right issue, but it's an issue about values. I mean, so just this week we elected the second American Pope, right? Or the Cardinals did. First one from the United States. And that was great news. It was amazing. Everybody at work. I'm Eastern Orthodox, but I was there. We had Catholics, Protestants. We even have a Buddhist in the office, and everybody was glued, and everybody just looking around the area where I work at FedEx, just seeing everybody there was just this look of hope in everybody's eyes when Pope Leo XIV walked out on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. Why can't we? There's more good news in the world. And just to close this little bit of commentary here, I'm a big fan of the science fiction show Babylon 5. Yeah, Troy Davis, rest in peace. How about it? Yep, it is. And so the character in there, Garibaldi, who was the chief of security of Babylon 5. So it's like Star Trek, but it's grittier. You know, people have real issues. There's still, you know, people in that show dealing with alcoholism. There's all kinds of things. J. Michael Straczynski, first man to do a story arc series. It wasn't Game of Thrones. It was Babylon 5 that did that. But he said, why is it that we mark that humanity has always marked history by its tragedies? And if you think about that, right? So some of us who are history buffs, yeah, we know when, you know, the first moon landing and things like that. But far too often we mark history by, you know, oh, we talk about the First World War, the Second World War, the Civil War, the 6 Day War, you know, the Jonestown Massacre, Columbine. You know, it goes on and on and on and on. But yet, you know, can we talk about when the Hagia Sophia was built, when St. Peter's Basilica was built? You know, when I don't know. I want something that's kind of good news. People, we need it. We need it, man. It's not just this thing of escapism, but we need to know that there's good in the world. You know, people, and I'm you know, hey, I'm going to say this, and I promise we'll get back to baseball. People voted for this president because he promised what no president can really deliver, but people believed him. You're going to have lower prices and safer. And he said after he was elected, we all have to start to heal. Where is it? You had the president of El Salvador and the president of the United States both saying, right, the one saying we can't get this guy out of his naturalized citizen that's down there in that supermax. That's bullshit, man. You're telling me a president can't do that? All right, so Ronald Reagan, if he was alive, would say, "Hold my beer," right? Ronald Reagan, right? The you know, the hostages in Iran. You know, he's elected, and all of a sudden Iran frees them. I think Iran knew he wasn't going to play. I'm a liberal praising Ronald Reagan for that. You know. So yeah, I never believed it anyhow. You know. And I'm sorry to say this, guys, and because this is what's happening, I think is not what's happening in our country, guys, is not a conservative and liberal thing. It's not. It's reason versus insanity. It's reason versus insanity, and it's that. When you have a president and a vice president, what did J.D. Vance say? And now Pope Leo the 14th, but called him out on it when he was still a cardinal. J.D. Vance, it's on Fox News. You guys can find it yourself. You know, it's an old school thing, and Jesus said to love your family first, then your neighbors, then everybody else. Jesus never said that. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. He didn't put ranks of love on things. And J.D. Vance is a convert to the Roman Catholic Church. And, you know, Cardinal Robert Prevost, a.k.a. Pope Leo XIV, said in a post, J.D. Vance is wrong. Jesus didn't rank love, and he didn't. You know, when you've got people like Laura Loomer and all these other, like Steve Bannon and all these people having a meltdown about Leo XIV. And I don't care if you're Catholic, you're Orthodox, you're Protestant. What Jesus stood for were the downtrodden people. Look who Jesus hung out with. The people he hung out with, imagine them today. Do you think they could go to Mar-a-Lago or Bedminster or any one of this president's golf clubs and go do a round of 18 holes? No. They don't want those people there. And that's exactly who Jesus hung out with. And you look at the history of St. Mary Magdalene. St. Matthew was a tax collector. Jesus washed the feet of these people. Pope Francis did that. In fact, Pope Francis left his own personal fortune, was something like 200,000 euros, to a prison for which he was doing ministry. And somehow that's woke. When Jesus himself talked about, and I'm sorry this is turning into a polemic here, guys, but I've been silent for too long because it's a human issue. Yeah, it's a human issue, man. I'm not attacking anybody on the right. What I'm attacking is the insanity and the scary parallels that we're seeing to 1920s and 1930s Germany. And I know people quickly jump on, oh, well, that's not true. That's not true. Come on, you're just being alarmist. No, I'm not. Demonize the press, demonize people, scapegoat a certain segment of the population. Well, didn't that happen? One of the first things that the German chancellor did was to demonize the press. And what did he do? He marginalized Jews, the Roma, Sinti, people, disabled people. The first victims of the Holocaust were disabled people, German citizens. Well, what are we seeing now? ICE rounding up whoever the hell they want. And now there's talk from the executive branch of the government to get rid of habeas corpus. That's dangerous. I know, but here's the thing, man, Nathaniel. People come here for baseball, but it's been, silence is complicity. And again, this is not a liberal or conservative issue. There's a man sitting in a supermax prison who was a naturalized U.S. citizen. There was she was a neurosurgeon who was not allowed to come into the United States. She was a member of the faculty of the University of Rhode Island, one of the top neurosurgeons in the world. Do you think that if we had a sudden, which wouldn't happen, but let me ask you a question. If we had a sudden influx of Norwegians, Swedes, Danes, do you think they would be deported? We have an immigrant, Elon Musk, who's just turning people out on the streets, firing people, and he's not even a member of the cabinet. And people seem to be fine with this, him and his stupid chainsaw. These people are hardworking people. Is there perfection everywhere? No. I don't care whether you work for FedEx, UPS, Walmart, Target, Ford, GM. I'm not saying that all these federal workers, right? Was it a waste? Probably was. But we closed down USAID, which accounted for nothing on the budget. And why? USAID did a lot of good. And it's gone. It's gone. And when you have the 47th president of the United States talking about turning the Gaza Strip into like a Riviera, where are these people supposed to go? What's he going to do? Send them to Venezuela? He's sending people to countries they don't even. Guys, it's George Santayana. It's George Santayana. If we do not learn from the mistakes of history, we're doomed to repeat them, and that's what's happening. Yes, there was a naturalized citizen who was deported. It's we have people with protected status. You know what? I'm all for, and I think look, Truth Hurts Wokey. He's my conservative buddy here. Look, what liberals and conservatives, we all want the same thing, don't we? We want the bad guys out. All right? I'm not saying let's not get rid of the MS-13 guys. Get rid of them. And of course, MS-13 started in LA, not in El Salvador. So let's get our history straight there, right? These people were refugees from that terrible conflict in the 1980s in El Salvador. But that was a street gang that started in LA, not there. So they were deported and they came back in the country. I don't want the bad guys around. Dudes, I grew up around the mafia. All right. So I know of which I speak. You know, not that I have a personal problem with the mafia compared to gangs like Crips, Bloods, Latin Kings, MS-13, whatever, who go after innocent people. You had to mess with the mafia first. Doesn't make them any better, but But the things that are happening here, man, you elected a president who talked about people eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. And even the Republican governor of Ohio was like, that's not happening. But people are buying it hook, line, and sinker. And I went to the store the other day, man, and I bought a thing of cat litter. I bought like enough for like 5 mornings of frozen breakfast, a thing of Greek yogurt, and a loaf of bread and a half gallon of oat milk. Cost me $50. $50. When I first came here in 2019 to the United States, $50, I could get 3 weeks of groceries, man. So you tell me what's working. Because I don't know. I don't know, man. You can talk about criminals when you have a felon in the White House. Exactly. So, says my brother's full MAGA, and we used to be so close. He believes every conspiracy theory out there. You know what? I've lost friends. I've lost family members. So, again, I mean, for those of you, I mean, Jesus didn't get the breaks that this president and his goons are getting, and I don't get it. And if you guys think that what Trump is representing is Christianity, you're dead wrong. You are dead wrong. I will say that. Deportations, the judiciary right now is protecting us. There should be due process, or we become Nazi Germany. We do. The Jewish people that were put on those ships and were turned back in England and in the United States, read your history. They ended up perishing. There was no due process. They were rounded up. We're doing the same thing. How many white people have been deported? How many white people have been deported? None. How many brown people? All of them. Everyone that's been deported has been a person of color. Whether they're Hispanic, whether they're Middle Eastern, they've been deported. This administration is repeating history. If I lose friends, people leave this family because of that, I'm sorry, I'm going to speak truth to power. And this is a human issue, and it is about people. And what got me fired up about this was the big backlash from the MAGAs over Leo XIV. And I'm not a Roman Catholic. I'm Eastern Orthodox. But you know what? What Pope Leo stands for, what Pope Francis stood for, are the Christian values that I was raised with, and I'm a former Roman Catholic. And it resonates with me and every mainline Protestant I know, looking toward the papacy of Leo XIV. They were talking to oh my God, what was it? Dubai, I think it was, and it was one of the Middle Eastern largely Muslim countries. And this man said, the papacy, the Pope, even though he said he's so very important to world peace, but he's preaching what Christ told us to do. Why is that? How has that become a bad thing? I don't know. Well, I don't think it's nonsense, Jamie. Not at all. You know, because and I'll tell you what, my friend, seriously, and I consider you a friend. We can disagree. I don't hate you, Jamie. You know, I don't go down that road, man. But again, tell me how many white people have been deported. The parallels are frightening, and we're just 100 days in, a little over 100 days in. I mean, if you believe it's nonsense, okay, but again, I want to know how many. I'm half Irish, half Italian. I don't know of any Italians or Irish that have been deported. And let's face it, the Italians not only helped build this country, but Italians and Sicilians also had the mafia. They're not thrown out. In fact, I see all these mafiosi, like, or former mafiosi, like Michael Francesi and Sammy the Bull, Sammy the Rat Gravano, praising Trump. And these guys, you got to make your bones. Francesi has never admitted to killing anybody, but he made his bones. He was a capo regime in the mafia. Gravano, 19 murders. And they're all for it. They love it. Deport them all. So, I don't know. Why? How about, you know, we've got far right neo-Nazi groups here that have threatened the people that wanted to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan. Well, they got a slap in the wrist, if that. I can't buy it, brother. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to everybody who might be offended, but it's there. And people used to ask, how can Germany, the most civilized country on earth in the 1930s, people used to say, how could they elect such a man to power? Well, we'll see. You know, we'll see. I mean, you know what? If at the end of it, he somehow delivers in these promises, although I think America was great, has always been great, but we have our problems. We not only interned Japanese during World War II, Japanese Americans, but also Italian Americans. My grandmother had quite a few friends that were put into internment camps for Italians. And that's just utterly ridiculous. Other Italians fought in World War II, as did some Japanese. But we do have that blemish. And we do have the blemish that we're living on stolen land. We are a nation of immigrants. And again, I can think of a family right now that would have been deported. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. They were refugees. They were refugees. Think about that. And with that, we'll get back to the end of this game. And again, if some people decide they want to jump ship, I'm not saying you got to agree with me, man. I'm just saying that I'm tired of being silent. And so there will be a new channel that's going to be talking about the human impact of all of this. And hopefully I can get some, you know, there will be, I don't want it to be a conservative or liberal channel, but talking about the human cost of what's going on. So there's your invitation if you want to have it.
Wind on the rubber, checks the runners. Infield drawn in. Bishop down the line, some at third. The pitch. There's a long fly ball. Goslin races back. He's there. He's got it. Bishop is tagging. They're waving Bishop in. Here comes the throw. And he's safe easily. Fox picks up a sac fly and an RBI. Simmons retreats and holds first. And the Athletics break the tie and now lead 3-2 here in the 8th. That gives Fox 2 RBI on the season. So for Philadelphia, one away, one on. The top of the 8th inning. It's now Cochran to bat. Mickey 1 for 3, and he scored a run. Wynn is on the slab. Wynn prepares to come home. The pitch. Lofted to center. Rice is over. He's under it. He squeezes it. That's out number 2. And Simmons gets back safely. 2 gone, 8th inning, 1 on. Zernio, the hit. Zernio, 1 for 3. Wynn looking in at the target. Space on the right. He lets it go. Pulled sharply to McMullen. Just out of reach. Howard is racing to the line. Still after it. Still running. He's there. Picks it up. Simmons is around third. They're waving him in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And Simmons safe on a close play. The run score. Oh, close call. The gamble pays off, and Zernio holds with a double. So a run scores on the Zernio double, and the Athletics now lead 4-2 for Zernio. His first double of the season. That's Zernio's first run batted in of the season. Well, here we go. 2 away. Zernio down at second for Philadelphia. Moses walks up. He bats left. Moses 0 for 3. And here comes Senators manager McCoy. He's asking Wynn for the ball. They'll go to Bosman. So Wynn gets his innings. He pitched 7 2/3. The game for Wynn, 4 runs so far on 7 hits. Walk 4. He fans 2. He's responsible for the runner. He can only lose it. For Bosman, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's looking for 1 out. Bosman takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Bosman comes set. The pitch. Bounce to short. Cronin to his right. He has it. On to first. 3 down. For the Athletics, 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 left. They have taken the lead in this game. The score is 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bosman, Cronin, and Rice to bat next. The McCoy wheels are still turning. McCoy is sending in Miller. He'll be playing left field for Philadelphia. Zernio is out. Another defensive change by McCoy for the Athletics. McCoy now has Dykes playing short. Witt is out of the game. Bosman is scheduled to hit. Bosman, bat in hand. Dick taking his first at bat of the season. Cochran set. Senators skipper McCoy walking down the bench. You can mark pitcher Bosman out for the Senators. McCoy not letting him bat. Meyer will pinch hit for him. Bats left. He grabs a bat and heads toward the plate. Bosman pitched 1/3 of an inning. The line on him. No runs on no hits. Meyer's up. Hits for average. This is his second game on the year. Nothing in 5 trips. When the Senators need a base runner, Meyer is the guy they want up there. Meyer waits. Pitcher Waddell eyeing Meyer. Now he's ready. Now the pitch. Breaking ball. Swung on. Driven to left. Miller is running back. He's got a beat on it and makes the catch for the first out. We have Cronin coming up to hit. He hits from the right. 1 away. None on for Washington. Cronin is 0 for 3. Catcher Cochran sets his target. He lets it go. Way back. Miller looks up. Put it on the board. So Cronin has his first homer of the season, and the Senators are within 1. but it may not be soon enough. And the crowd is urging them on. And that's his first hit this season. That's Cronin's first run batted in of the season. All right, Rice steps up to face Waddell. 1 out, nobody on toward Washington. Rice is hitless in 3 at-bats. Sam has some pop in his bat. Waddell toes the rubber. Left-handed Waddell goes to the set position. Waddell into his motion. Delivers. Cut on. Routine fly to left field. Miller drifts over. Plenty of room. And he covers it for out number 2. For Washington. Nobody on. 2 gone. Judge up the bat. Judge is a threat for the extra base hit. Joe has been up 3 times with 1 hit. Catcher Cochran sets his target. He delivers. This one is hit. It may carry, but doesn't. And Miller shags this one down. That's 3 away. That'll do it for Washington. A run on 1 hit. They score, but still trail by 1. The score now stands 4-3. Senators trail. Baker, Waddell, and Dykes to bat next. Knowles is coming on in relief for Washington. Knowles comes from the left side. ERA a stingy 0. This is his 2nd appearance. He's worked 2/3 of an inning. Baker will start it off here in the 9th. Knowles cannot afford to make a mistake to Baker. Baker, 1 for 3. Knowles is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Rule set. Knowles comes to him. On the hands, Baker flicks it to right. Harris might have a play. Racing back for it, but it falls in just out of reach, and Baker is aboard with a single. 2nd hit for Baker in the game. Okay, Baker down at first. Next up, pitcher Waddell. At the plate this season, he's 1 for 2. Earlier had his first RBI. He's given himself up once. Knowles climbs a mound. Left-handed Knowles goes to the set position. They're holding Baker. But he's well off the bag. Infield playing in a few paces. The pitch. He squares. Foul back to the screen. Again, he squares to bunt. The pitch. Bunted fair off the plate. Nope. The ump says it's off his foot. Strike 2. So Waddell steps back in. Knowles climbs the mound. Checks Baker on first. Trying to freeze him. First baseman Judge ready for a throw from Knowles. Infield looking for the bunt. The 2-strike pitch. Half swing by Waddell. The pitch was low. Did he hold up? No! Waddell will grab some pine. 1 down. Dykes coming up. Dykes, a fierce hitter. The slugger stands in. Knowles sets up on the rubber again. Sets his grip with the ball out of sight. Knowles now set. First baseman Judge ready for a throw from Knowles. He lets it go. Swung on. Popped up. McMullen moves toward the line. He's under it. And he makes the catch. 2 outs. 9th inning. 1 on. Bishop gets set to face Knowles. Max is 0 for 3 with a walk, and he scored a run. Max steps up. Rule set. Knowles comes home. High and inside. Baker is trying for the steal. Rule comes up throwing, going to be close. Baker racks up a stolen base. That's his 2nd steal of the season for Philadelphia. Their 2nd stolen base in this game. So Bishop will get back in there. Left-handed nose. Goes to the set position. Baker extending his lead. Here's a pitch from nose. High fly ball to left. Howard drifts over. Plenty of room. And makes the catch. That's 3 away. That'll do it for Philadelphia. Nothing across. No errors. 1 left. They waste the base runner. Holding a slight edge. We've played 8 1/2. Senators down 4-3. Howard, Goslin, and McMullen to bat next. To get it going for the Senators here, Howard, and he hacks from the right. Waddell will need his best stuff to get Howard ranked. Is hitless in 3 at-bats. Howard is struck out twice. Waddell has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. Howard steps up to the plate. Waits. Waddell sets up on the rubber again. Stares down the hill for Cochran to sign. Lefty against righty. The Washington crowd pressing on Howard. Cochran set. Waddell winds up. Just catches the plate. See you later. Howard will argue this one. The ump could change his mind, but he doesn't offer. 1 down. Howard is now struck out 3 times. The Senators with only 2 outs left. Next up, Goslin. Goslin is 1 for 3, and he scored once. Goose can pound the ball. Goslin in the batter's box. Leans in. Waddell climbs a mound. Eyes narrow as he peers in for the sign. He comes home. Waddell fans him. A pair of strikeouts for Waddell here in the 9th. 2 down. Two away. 9th inning. McMullen's up. They want to see him get on. McMullen had his first homer earlier in this game. McMullen 1 for 3. He's driven in 2. Ken has been popping them. Ken has 1 homer on the season. McMullen in the box. He digs in deep with his spikes. Waits. Waddell climbs a mound. Rue now kneels in the on-deck circle. Waddell looking in. The pitch. Routine grounder to Dykes. He's up with it. Over to first, and McMullen is retired. And that does it. So it goes. The Senators tumble. They have been beaten by the Athletics. The uncertainty is ended. Waddell has a beautiful 6-hitter. He went the distance. A disappointing game for the Washington fans. Here's the line for the Athletics. 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They leave 7 for the Senators. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. And they leave 3. Waddell gets the win, his first. His record now 1-0. Win takes the loss, his first. His record now 0-1. So that winds up this 3-game series. Athletics take the series. 3-zip for the Athletics. They're on a run. Now with 3 straight wins. That's a fine start to this season for the Athletics. Overall, they now stand at 3-0. The Senators now with 3 losses in a row. And this game is in the books. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from Washington. Final score, Philadelphia Athletics 4, Washington Senators 3.
All right, turned out to be a hell of a ball game. So I'm going to just end this with something that Nathaniel said, and he's right. And so I'm going to just let you guys know this. Yeah, you know, I'm going to be always honest. It's you know, I've just kind of reached the breaking point for the madness. And so what I'm hoping, and this will be the last time I'm going to get political on here, right? It's not just my channel; it's all of our channels. So, you know, to Jamie, man, hey, you know, I still respect you and all that. You know, I don't like to get on that road, and I don't want to get on that road where if somebody has a different sort of slant at looking at things, I'm going to say, well, you're wrong, you suck. No, I don't want to get into any sort of ad hominem, and I don't think Jamie does either. I don't think Amy, but there are people out there doing wrong things, and you know it's documented. But here's the thing: I do want this channel to be a safe place for conservatives, liberals, and even MAGAs to come in and hang out and talk about baseball. So mea culpa, and I mean that. You know, I've become very fatigued by everything around the world, and I think that maybe being able to finally create this sort of podcast thing would be a good thing for me to vent and keep it out of this safe space. For anybody that will want to know the name of that channel when it's created, shoot me a private message in the Ned McGreevy Discord, a private message, and I'll let you know. But so I apologize. I don't apologize for my stance, but I apologize for bringing that in, guys. But it's becoming a lot. So that being said, Nathaniel's right. You know. Oh no. I know. I understand, Jamie. Look, man. I know you well enough to know that you and I, and that's the same with Mike Silva and I. You know, Mike Silva and I, we've had good discussions. And the one thing, you know, one of the common ground that we found is that he and I, you know, when I would come into the Discord, we would have good discussions. But at the end of the day, it was never personal. And I know you're not being personal, neither am I. You know, Jamie. So I want you guys to be able to know that this is a safe place, that this was a sort of aberration in terms of a man right here just talking out of I'm fatigued from it, man. And so if this little baseball family we've created together, this is not my channel. This is our channel. Ours. So I want to keep it ours, and that means I will keep the politics out of it. Again, sorry, this was probably a bad night for me to do this, just because I thought about this amazing positive thing that happened earlier in the week, and then the other side blowing up about it. And I let myself get away. You know, I will always own up when I would do something inappropriate in this case, or wrong in other cases. So do please. And this is not about keeping subscribership up. This is about family. I'm never going to ever monetize this channel. Never. I think to monetize, and the other guys that have done it, that's fine. This is no knock on them. But I think if you monetize a channel when you're talking about creating family, when you're talking about creating community, that's like having a Christmas dinner and charging your family for the privilege of coming. And that's not what I want to do. And I feel that in some way I have wronged you guys. And so I do hope you will accept my apology and the genuine spirit in which is given. So this channel will remain devoted to baseball and talking about mob movies and shit like that. But there will be a channel. There will be another channel. A lot of it's going to focus on that dream that I've had of scouring world news and finding just good things that have happened, the heroes that are out there, the unsung heroes every day. You know, the people that are working in animal shelters, the people that are working in hospitals, the police, firemen, fire people, whatever you want to call them, what have you. You know, that's what that channel is going to be about. And there will be discussion, certainly, you know, and I'm not saying that I only want to have conservatives on there that can line up. I want to see where we can find common ground is really what I'm looking for, because I don't believe, and Jamie, I don't mean to single you out, but you're the one that's in here. That Jamie, I'm sure if you and I sat down on voice here or what have you, or face to face, that yes, there's going to be a lot that we're not going to agree on, my friend. but I think that you and I would find a lot of common ground on human issues more often than not. And it's my hope that with that new channel that we can seek to understand our differences, but also to understand that at the end of the day, unless either of us are extremists, and I'm not extreme left, you'd be surprised at some of the traditionally sort of right wing things that I actually hold dear. And that was something cool that Mike Silva and I had talked about. He said, you're one of the few liberals I've met that are actually, you're not crazy, you're not out there. And I said, well, thank you for that. And I don't feel that Mike is any sort of extremist. Jamie, I don't feel that you are either. I will stand by my statement that I am seeing frightening parallels. And if you would like to talk about it sometime, one-on-one in private, I'd love to talk to you, Jamie. You're a smart guy. You're a hell of a writer. Why you're not doing this all professionally is beyond me. You're very gifted. And I'm not saying this to kiss ass. I tell the truth. I do know this community is largely more right-leaning, and that's fine. I don't care. We all love baseball, and we all love just getting together, and I do want it to be a safe place. But the new channel isn't going to be, some people are not going to feel safe about it. Some people are going to be angry at it. But so with that, I just hope that, and I'm not saying this as again, if people leave, people are going to leave, and that's what it is. But I just want you to know that I'm not going to let that happen again. So any future baseball projects, Ned McGreevy is going to be coming up. I'd planned to do that tonight, but there was I was out with somebody, and then Legends. I didn't want to just start a broadcast while Legends was on. I loved catching his games. Pocket pennant run really quickly. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with it or not, but you're gonna be able to. Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. Absolutely, we do. I mean, that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna let things go ad hominem, and I know you're not either, brother. All right, so I hope we're cool. So I saw some pictures of pocket pennant run baseball, and apparently, visually, we'll see how this is going to work. You're going to be able to have like a photo of a baseball park, like sort of as a layer in pocket pennant run, which I think will do a lot to dress it up. I don't know when Craig Harris is going to release the next update, which is some more bug fixes and everything like that. But that looks like a really cool enhancement. And Paul Face that he's going to be, I guess, showing people in his channel how to do that, to put some ballpark images and everything to give it some flavor. So sort of think of the way PC Replay does it. It's kind of what it looks like. So if you're in the Facebook group for Pocket Pennant Run, check it out. I think it looks kind of cool, actually. So yeah, and player picks. Sam says the player picks are coming to Pocket Pennant Run too. That's going to be really fun. I mean, the logos dress the game up just like, just crazy. And player picks. I really think that I think Paul's talked about this. So I'm going to paraphrase here as best I can at 2:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That Pocket Pennant Run was originally the software was meant to be kind of a companion to be able to play Pocket Pennant Run baseball, right? Just the dice game and record things and print out cards and stuff like that. But the Pocket Pennant Run Manager software is becoming this. It is really already not becoming. It is a full-fledged baseball game on its own, and I love the direction that it's going. And looking forward to more and more updates. And looking forward again, please, guys, your comments about National Pastime 3. Should Beatles Eternally sink a fortune into that game? Because it sure looks as hell damn cool. And I appreciate all the input. So with that being said, we've gone 2 hours. And I do thank everybody, all of you, for being part of this family. I'm only going to say it once just as illustration. You have never, ever, nor will you ever hear me say, please hit the like button. Please like and subscribe. I will never say that. The reason that I don't say that is because I've never met any of you guys, but you guys are my family. You guys, there's the old saying, there's a family you're born into and the family you choose. And even though, I was out on a wonderful, wonderful date tonight with a woman I feel very deeply about, and she feels the same. That said, Nathaniel, women are trouble. The other thing I was thinking is I was coming home, I'm like, I'm going to get on. I'm going to be hanging out with my baseball family. And so that's, again, why I want to apologize. And hopefully, before people go off the fucking rails and say, yeah, Beatles went all nuts and liberal on us, listen to the end. All right. I don't say like and subscribe because it's a family. You are all family. You're all friends. I respect each and every one of you, not only at your baseball knowledge, but as people, as good people, as part of a larger community here in the YouTube sports gaming community. And so if you don't like the video, or you choose to dislike, or you choose to like, people listening in out there later on, you choose to become a member of the family or not, that's your choice. And if you like what I do on here, which is pretty much like watching a train wreck or the aftermath of, let's face it, I'm not like Legend Sports Universe, our Red Sox fan, Christopher Slovic, Robert, I'm not. I don't have a baseball voice. I've never pretended to. And those guys don't pretend. God gifted them with amazing voices to do what they do. That's a talent God didn't give me. So I'm not going to be what I can't do. But if it's a place where we can argue about baseball, it's fun. And if we can come together and talk about it, Nathaniel just really, really, you really hit the nail in the head, and this channel is family. And I look forward to it, whether there's 8 people in here or 18, I do. It means a lot. It means a lot. And, where I've saw the amazingness of this, one of the amazing things about this family is last week, you basically had me reading to you. I was reading, embellishing a little bit here and there, but the play-by-play in Diamond Mine Baseball. And we had like 18 people in here, 19 people. And this channel, of course, probably lost a few family members tonight. I hope they'll come back. But 658 subscribers. We're just going to use YouTube language. 658 subscribers to this. So 20 is a pretty damn good percentage when you have that many, because you committed around 5% of the subscribership of your channel at any one time in a stream. And then you'll pick up more on your people that are watching afterwards and stuff like that. But I think that even in this YouTube sports gaming community, this family, you guys are the hardcore baseball fans. You're the people that I wanted to hang out with all my life. I hung out with rock musicians. I am a rock musician, sleight of hand artist, but I always wanted that group of people that I could hang out with and talk baseball from and learn baseball from. And I found it here with you guys. And I hope that we can continue to build a great baseball family of amazing people. We've got Jamie here, who is a talented writer. We've got Nathaniel, who, Nathaniel is an educator. My God, I could go on and on. Ken Castro's a journalist. Legend Sports Universe is an editor. But it doesn't matter what we do for a living. It's who we are as people. And at the end of the day, that's what counts. And this beautiful game, to sound like the Ken Burns baseball documentary that goes from grandfather to father to son to whatever, to daughters to mothers. that does bring generations. As much as we're most of us collectively pissed off at what Rob Manfred's done to the modern game, to baseball, that we still create these spaces where we can, whether it's nostalgia or through the desire to learn, or just be a place to hang out on a Saturday night, to, and I will say this for the last time, to escape for a while the mad world. And it's my fault for letting the mad world in a little bit, so that won't happen again. So I hope in the comments people will have watched to the end and heard all of this. Not trying to exonerate myself, but just to tell the truth and just say I fucked up. There, not being terribly poetic there at the end, am I? I want to thank Samuel Smith. I want to thank Sports Gaming Journal Jamie. So guys, check out. It's a must-have resource if you're a sports sim gamer. Full stop. To good friend Nathaniel, who Nathaniel, I'll work on getting more Milwaukee Brewer games on here, buddy. I promise. Clinton Parks was with us tonight. Thank you, Clinton, for coming in. He is long off to bed. Samuel Smith, I got to say one thing. AP, I'm sorry I missed you, man. AP comes in and says hi, and then I don't hear too much from him. So AP, thanks for coming in. Samuel Smith running me broke here with these baseball books and films and everything else. Jeez. And prayers for Lance McCullers' family. That's just whatever happened. That's bullshit, man. That's terrible. That got me Irish up. It did. Who else was here tonight? Mick was here for a while. Thanks, Mick, for coming in. Mick and I have been carrying on some good kind of back and forth. You know, he's been some great comments about Diamond Mine Baseball and about home brewing. To Tim's amazing. Clee Baseball Fan N79, another great channel. D. Scott Howard, not a baseball channel, but check out his channel if you love animals. Good stuff. So guys, you really do mean a lot to me. This isn't about subscriber counts. So thank you one and all for coming in. I think tomorrow I'm going to do a daytime game just to get to some of the family members that, you know, can't stay up late and watch some baseball or interact. So look for some baseball tomorrow afternoon. We'll be returning to the Out of the Park Boston.com tournament with the intent of not all tomorrow, but with the intent of trying to get through round one. I'm sure Dwayne Marks is going to be doing a lot of broadcasting tomorrow. If he's not working, also know Legend Sports Universe is going to be doing some games tomorrow night, or he hopes to do a game tomorrow night in the Franchise Stars Baseball League. So lots of good stuff coming. All right. Thank you, Nathaniel. All right, guys, until the next time, we'll see you around the batting cage. And thank you for hearing me out. I appreciate you. All right. Good night.